were empowered with AI knowledge and tools, enabling them to transform classrooms and inspire the next generation. AI-Ready ASEAN program has been implemented proactively in Malaysia, Malacca, Johor, Selangor, Pahang, Kuala Lumpur, Perak, Kedah, Pulau Pinang, Terengganu, Sarawak, Sabah, Labuan, AI-Ready ASEAN, empowering today's learners for tomorrow's digital future.
Yeah, so this is the overview of AI Ready ASEAN since last year. However, I believe some of you are still new in this program, especially the lower six students who just joined us today. So I would like to invite you to join this initiative and join the AI class ASEAN. So for the national policy convening, this is one of the milestones under this AI Ready ASEAN program. So yesterday on 30th June, we just carried out this national policy convening in UTAM. So there are the parallel session and also forum to discuss about the AI policy in Malaysia. So we get more than 200 educators and students join in this national policy convening. So for the students who haven't joined the e-learning platform, please click on this www.aiclassasean.org to key in this AW4KP referral code and register as the user. So now I give you 5 minutes to log in to this www.aiclassasean.org and register yourself by keying this referral code AW4KP, because there are 15 youth modules for you. After you finish these 15 modules with 12 compulsory modules, you are available with the ASEAN Foundation certificate supported by google.org. The certificate will be available on the system, and you can key in the NILAM record for the secondary school and the primary school students. While for the overall certification, you are eligible for the PAJSK. So we are applying for the PAJSK Pengiktirafan Peringkat Antarabangsa, as this program is jointly by 11 ASEAN countries. So last year, we succeeded to get the PAJSK Peringkat Antarabangsa. So this year, we are working hard with other 10 ASEAN countries, okay, so that you all can get this advantage. Okay, so I give you 5 minutes to join this AI class ASEAN, okay, and I will show you how to register and log in. Okay, let me share my another screen. Okay, while you access to this AI class ASEAN.org, okay, this is the platform where you can get 15 youth modules. While for teachers, you can access to the educators modules. So how to log in? So please click on the button on the top right. You will see there is a login button. Okay. If you are the first time user, please click on this register button. If you already follow our workshop 1 and workshop 2, I believe that you already registered in this platform. So for the students who are still new, please register by keying your information, and most importantly, please key in this referral code AW4A. So this referral code is referred to College Tingkatan 6 Fatimah, so we can monitor your progress. Let's say you missed your certification, okay, we can request a certificate for you. And from there, you can see how many badges you have gained, and finally, you can get the certificate in the system. Okay, so after you submit this information, you will get a notification in your email. Okay, so after you get the notification in your email, you need to click on the link which verify your email, and you can successfully log into the platform. Okay, let me show you how to get to the login page. Okay, so this is the email that you registered with this platform, and this is the password that you receive in your email. Okay, so now you can log in. Okay, first you must register, submit the registration, get the confirmation email, click the confirmation email, then now you can log in with your email and the password. Okay, so after you successfully log into this platform, you will see your name here. Let's say your name is not correct or there's mistake, you can click on this pen to edit it. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so how to start learning? Okay, please click on the AI Class ASEAN logo on the top left. Okay, can you see the AI Class ASEAN logo? Okay, please click on it. Okay, from here you can see there are 8 million upskilled in fundamental AI literacy. So this number is across 11 ASEAN countries. So now you are part of them. Okay, you contribute one number into this overall beneficiaries. Okay, let's watch together what is AI Class ASEAN.
Welcome to AI Class ASEAN. your platform to learn, grow, and connect with other ASEAN citizens to improve your AI knowledge. Everyone is welcome here. Start with the basics and learn what AI really is in a simple, easy-to-understand way. Level up with future-ready skills through insightful modules, an AI chatbot, and multilingual support. Complete the modules, enhance your AI skills, earn your badges, and get your completion certificate. Learn anytime, anywhere, on any device. Ready to learn? Start your journey now.
So from here, you can see there are total 15 modules for you, 15 modules for educators, and also 15 modules for parents. Depends on which category you register. Okay, so from here, if you see compulsory, that means you must complete that module, then only you can get the badge. While for some modules, that is not stated compulsory, means it's an extra module. For example, fundamental of AI development, okay, under my master trainer module, is not compulsory. So you can check on which module is compulsory. Okay, so how to start learning? Okay, so you just click on the first module. You can see the first module is about Introduction to AI. If you want to start with another module, okay, it's no problem. Okay, after you complete the module, you can see there is a button stated completed. Okay, stated is completed. That means you can get the badge from this module. Okay, let's check one of the module. Okay, let's say we try this AI for content creation. Okay, so once you scroll down, you can see the pre-test start here. So you must start with pre-test. For every module, start with pre-test. Then you study the learning material and end with post-test. Okay, so you can click on this start here, okay, and answer the pre-test question. Okay, the question is very easy, and don't worry if you get wrong, there is no punishment. Okay, so you just need to complete all the pre-test question. Then you can click on this learning material to start learning. Okay, you need to complete the pre-test. Only the learning material button is active. So if you see the learning material is not active, meaning that you need to complete the pre-test. So after the learning materials is completed, then you can go to post-test. It is not necessary for you to download the module. You can just click on it to learn online. Okay, for example, click on one of the modules that can show the learning material. Okay, for example, this module, I have completed the pre-test. So I can click on this learning materials. Okay, there are introduction video. Okay, you can skip the video and direct to go study the PowerPoint slides. Okay, or you can watch the video because the video content is the same as the PowerPoint content. Okay, after you study all the materials, then you can proceed to post-test. So the question is quite simple. And don't worry if you get wrong. Okay, let's say this. Okay, so you get correct. Okay, let's say you answer wrongly, don't worry. Okay, you still can proceed or you can retake the first test. So for this module, there are total 3 sections. Okay, so I leave it to you to complete all the 12 modules. So for my students in College Tingkatan 6 University Fatima, so please complete it, and as a master trainer, we can trace your progress. So we welcome all of you to join this, and you can gain your certificate online. So let's proceed to the next slide. Okay, after today's workshop, You can join the competition, which is AI Data Lab. The closing date for the competition is on 9 August, and the platform that we suggest is Pictoblocks, Google Teachable Machine, or any suitable platform. In workshop 2, Mr. Lee Chifan have sharing how to use the Pictoblocks and Google Teachable Machine. So if you miss that workshop, you can watch back our YouTube live. The categories are divided into primary school, secondary school, and also pre-university category. So form a team of 2 students and submit your project by 9 August. Okay. Later, Mr. Lee will explain more about the competition. Okay. So enjoy your workshop. Okay, see you. Okay, now I pass the session to Mr. Lee Jifan.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Bang. So now I'm going to start with sharing my screen first. Give me a moment. Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, hope you guys can see my screen. So today is actually our third workshop, workshop number 3. Today we are going to learn about data science for innovations, how we turn numbers into AI power solutions. So why AI power solutions? Because last week, not last week, during our second workshop, last workshop in May, we have learned how to build our own machine learning or our own AI model. So today we are going to use data science to get some insights from a data set, and then we will craft our problem statement. After that, we are going to use our AI skills that we learned in workshop 2 to solve that problem. So let's look at slide number 2. Yeah, before I start, just briefly introduce about Chumbaka. At Chumbaka, we believe that technology is a tool to develop students' life skills. Because if you think about it, right, nowadays we use navigation app like Google Map, like Waze to get to get our navigations to the destination, right? We already stop asking people for directions. We pass our thinking process to the app itself. Another example, like when we play games, we let the developers think for us as well, because they design the games for us. We just enjoy and play the games, and we are actually letting the thinking process to the other people and the other persons. But at Champaka, we want to flip that around, where we want students to use technology to create. So while you create, you start to think, and you start to create, and you start to think. So we want the students to practice the thinking process. I mean, in different perspectives, like critical thinking, creative thinking, and so on. Because we think that those skills are very important in nowadays, especially when AI is so advanced now, and the robots can anytime replace us, right? If we don't have a skills that we can compete with the machine or the robot. So at Jambaka, we have been doing this for more than 10 years. We partner with schools and organizations across Malaysia. So by participating today workshop, you are actually joining a massive community of young innovators across the nation who are actually learning different technology to solve real world problems. especially for secondary school students. Okay, now let's start with a questions. Can numbers tell a story? So I give you a scenario. Let me check if the slide still presenting. Yes, it is. Okay, let me give you a scenario. Your schools want to reduce waste, right? But nobody knows why the bins are always overflowing. So the question is, how do we solve this problem if we cannot figure it out? What is the reason behind? So what if you could act like a detective using clues? The clues are the data to figure out exactly what is going wrong, and then you can tell how to fix it. Okay. Yeah, let's go through our learning objectives today. First, we will go through the discover phase where we will experience how data reveals hidden patterns. Next, we will learn some theories. We will learn about data types and then the basics of data collection. And then we will do some hands-on. So if you are with your laptop, it will be great because later you can join us for the practice part. You will learn how to spot data problems, clean some data sets, and create charts in Google spreadsheets. Next, we will relate our workshop today to the competition where we will formulate a data-driven problem statement for the AI Data Lab Challenge. The duration of this workshop is around 1 hour lah, and plus 15 minutes if you have questions to chat with me. All right, if you are ready, we will straight away start with the discover section first. Okay, the question is, let's look at the screen for 10 seconds. And what is the biggest complaint students have about the cafeteria? Let's count. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I believe that maybe some of you are able to notice or spot what is the biggest complaint or the most complaint by the students, right? But I believe some of you are not able to spot the issues. I mean, to spot the biggest complaint, right? Because now if you look at the table, it's actually a raw data from a school's cafeteria survey. Yeah, it's very stressful to read because you have multiple lines. You need to count how many complaints are there, like by category, like, or if the queue is too long, how many is it, the complaint, and then no vegetarian, how many complaints is that, and then cold food, then you have to count line by line. It's very hard to tell what is happening there. So this messy data is actually very stressful if you want to get insight from it. So if we have this chart, if you have 3 seconds, if you look at this chart, and can you tell me what is the biggest complaint? I believe you will straight away tell me that the biggest complaint is the cold food, right? The food is cold, right? Because data visualization, this is actually one of the data visualizations. We visualize the data by leveraging the chart or the graph. So yeah, by looking at the chart, we can clearly tell that what is happening behind. So today, what we're going to do is something like that. We are going to dealing with some data, and then we are going to converting the data into visualizations that can be helpful to help us to get some insights. So what did we discover from the activity just now? Let's do some reflection. First of all, we know that the raw data is actually confusing because if you're just looking at the numbers or if you're just looking at the text, it doesn't help much, right? Because we cannot conclude anything. Especially because just now I just show you like maybe 10 lines of data, but imagine now you have 100 rows of data or even 1,000, right? It's even more confusing, it's even more hard to conclude, right? And it's even more hard to get insights from the data. So the next reflection I think the next thing that we should discover is that organizing the data or we grouping or we categorize them changes everything, right? By sorting them, grouping the data makes it very easy to read. And then next, the visuals. The visuals that we are talking about here is the chart or the graph. It allows our brains to spot patterns instantly. If you remember or if you recall what we have learned in workshop 2, we train our machine learning, right? If you remember, machine learning also learn from patterns. It's just like our brain, right? We can spot patterns very quickly, like very fast, immediately, right? Okay, now the core idea here is that data science. So actually, what is data science? In a very simple term, for primary school and secondary school students to understand, data science is actually the art of turning messy facts or messy data into clear stories or some insight so that we can take some action or we can make some smart decisions. For example, you get some data set and after you convert it to a chart, for example, like a shop, the sales, right? You notice that roti A, roti B, roti C, you have three different types of roti, right? I mean the bread. And then you notice that bread A has the highest sales. So what should we do? What decision or what action can we make, right? Maybe we can, sell more bread A, something like that. Okay, hope you have a big picture now. Next, what we are going to do is we are going to learn some theories about data science. So first of all, the old way when we want to find out the problem, normally what we do is that we guess lah, right? You use some term like I think, I believe, right? I think the school, if you look at the example here, I think the school uses too much electricity. Because of what? Because students leave the lights on. You think or we think. Okay, we make assumptions. Okay, and then you say, oh, let's build an AI to turn off the lights when the students leave the class, something like that. So we guess if we don't have the data, we just guess based on our observations, right? But now with data science, we can actually look at the data and then, right? Okay, cool. It's a bit laggy here. So if you can look at the data and you find out that, the data shows lights are fine because actually lights are not taking too much electricity, right? But air conditioning, yes, the reason is because the aircon run for very long hours. You find out that that's the reason. And then you can take different decisions. Maybe you will say, let's build an AI to manage the AC. The aircon system for the aircon instead of the lights. So you see there are two different approaches here. The one is you make assumptions. One is you gather data, you you gather data and then you analyze it and then you make decisions based on the outcome of the data analysis, right? So this is data science. Okay. The key learning point here in the AI Data Lab Challenge, which is the competition that Dr. Bang mentioned just now, you can't just guess the problem. You must prove it exists. Means that, right, in this competition, you have to gather data, you have built a chart and prove that the problem exists, all right? Before you build your solution, AI solution. When we say AI solution here means that you need to build a machine learning model to solve the problem based on what we have learned in workshop number 2. Okay, hope you still are with me. Okay, next, the first theory about data science is that there are two main types of data, right? Two main types. To solve problem, normally we collect two types of data so that we can tell a full story. The first one is the quantitative data, is measurable or we can count. For example here, there are 50 50 plastic bottles in the bin. Okay, we can count. Example, the temperature is 32 degrees Celsius. We can measure. These are quantitative data. It's best for finding out how much, how many, is it low or is it high, something like that. And then the second main data type is qualitative. Is text or is about quality, right? For example, the bin smells bad or bad. It's a quality or it's a description. It's an opinion. And then the second example is that the students threw away the bottles because they were dirty, right? Yeah, it's a description. It's based on finding out why something is happening. Later in our practice later, we are going to use some similar data set to get you familiar with these qualitative and quantitative data lah. All right. Hope you're still with me. I'll pause here for a while for you to digest a bit. Okay. If you're ready, let's go to the next step. The next slide. The 4 steps of data science. So the first thing that we need to do is, of course, we must have a data set, right? We must have a data set. How do we have a data? How do we get the data set? We can collect. We can find the data set through surveys. We can do our counting manually, or we can download from the trustable website like data.government.my. So if you look at here, I've already opened it. This is the government website that you can actually download different kind of data. You can go to, I believe, data catalog here. You can look for population. You can look for income, you can look for education, healthcare, and many more. Okay, so this is one of the approach that you can get your data or collect your data set. Next, after you get your data, what you need to do is that you need to clean and organize it. So why do we need to clean and organize? In the next few slides, I will talk more about it. And then, of course, after we clean the data and we make sure the data is perfect to be presented, then we will visualize it using basic charts like pie charts, bar charts. Of course, there are many different type of charts, but I will just cover a simple one here, and then I'll let you to explore other type of charts today. Next, based on the charts, right, we can start to analyze like what kind of insight that we can get from the charts. Like we know, like in the previous example, we know that the cold food is the highest, right? So what we can do, the insight is the cold food is highest complaint that we receive from the students. So what can the school do, or what can the school take, or the canteen to take action, right? Okay, analyze and take action. Okay, I'll pause here for a while as well for you to digest a bit. All right, hope you are ready for next one. Practice. Okay, now if you have a laptop, right, it's good if you have a laptop for this practice session, because I'm going to give you a sample data here. You can open it through the link bit.ly and then /tsws3. Okay, you can type this link exactly on your browser. So that we can do the practice together. It's a simple practice where we will clean the data. Okay, I will explain more about it. What is clean? Clean data, how to clean, right? And then we are going to visualize the data by building some charts. Okay, I will give you 1 minute here for you to open your browser. You can use Google Chrome or any browser, and then type in this exact link, bit.ly, this is L, small letter L, /, and then tsws. 3. DSWS3. Okay, 30 more seconds, 30 seconds more. I'll let you to open the data. I mean the data set. Actually, when you open it, right, you will see something like this. And then you just click continue to destination. And then you will see this copy document. What you need to do is that you just click on this, make a copy, make a copy. After you make the copy, you will see something like, still running? Yeah, you will see something like this. So this is the dataset example that we will use today for our practice exercises. Okay, let me go back to the slide, just in case anyone missed the link. I give you another 50 seconds here. If you're not able to open the link, maybe you can use your phone to take a picture of the link first. Okay, 10 more seconds. Okay, I hope everyone is ready. Next step is make a copy. Of course, I just already show you how to do that, right? You just click make a copy. Then, of course, you must log into your Google account lah, in order to do this. You need to make sure that you are logged in with your Google account, because this is actually a Google spreadsheet. Yeah, in order to make a copy, you need to have a Google account login. Next one. Okay, the challenge here is if you are actually looking at 1 week of real data, I mean real-ish data, is actually a fake data, but a real data will look like this. This is what it means. From a school recycling bin, recycle. So if you look at here, column A, what do we have? We have, okay, let me make this bigger. Okay, so if you column A, you have day, qualitative, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Oh, you have Monday and some more. It's like 2 weeks data, is not 1 week, but it's okay. And then item found. Okay, remember this is about a recycling bin, right? Someone recorded the data. I mean, someone recorded the data, and then they built this table or this data set. So they found out that, oh, Monday we have this water bottle, is plastic, the material plastic. And then they also recorded the weight, like 50 grams. I'm not sure whether it's useful or not, but yeah, they have this. And then there is a note here, is empty. Okay, if you look at the data, let's study a bit about the data together. I mean, from column A, B, C, D, E. Column A, they recorded day, right? Column B is about item found. You can see water bottle here, soda can, tissue paper, plastic straw, blah, 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 right? Different kind of item. Or there's one apple core. Why apple core can be found in recycling bin? Something wrong, right? And then material, plastic, metal, paper, plastic, glass, plastic, and food waste. Food waste, this apple core. Okay, then the weight. Okay, weight, numbers. Okay, let's look at the numbers. And suddenly you see, oh, got -10. Okay, what is this about? I don't know. Right? There's a not impossible value. Okay, and then 14, we have 350. And then what else? We have empty, crush, weight, So these are the notes about the item found in the recycling bin. Okay, smells bad, torn, fresh, weight. Maybe later we can, I'm not sure whether this data is helpful now, but let's see whether we can leverage this to build some chart or a bar graph. Okay, let's go back to our slide. Okay, if you look at the data, just like what I went through together with you, right? The data set is actually quite messy because if you look at the notes here, they use different words to describe the item, like weight, dirty, crush, sticky, weight, smells bad, blah, 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 different descriptions, right? You try to imagine how can we possible to build a chart about this data if the words or descriptions are different, right? So it's very messy right now, and we have negative number, and then we suddenly have 14 here, right? And then also if you look at the material name, you see small letter, all the alphabets are small letter, but this one, the first letter is P, and then suddenly all capital letters, right? And then pepper, a typo here, right? Typo. What else? What can we find? Yeah. So unknown item, what is this? I don't know. Cannot identify, right? So the data is actually messy, and this is how would the real life data will look like, because real world data is very perfect. So what we need to do is that before we can make beautiful graph, beautiful charts, right? We have to do some cleaning. This is what we mean by cleaning. So how do we do the cleaning? First of all, we need to identify what are the common data problem first. There are three, actually they have more, but today we'll focus on three. The first one is the empty data or missing values, means that the cell is totally blank. Maybe they forget to record the weight, maybe they forget to write down the data, or they don't know how to write, they just leave it blank, right? For example, here, okay, they never write down the description here, nothing. Where else? Here. So what item was found here? They never write. What else? This one, what is the weight of this metal? They forgot to measure, is it? We don't know. And then what material is this? Is also missing. So this is the one of the common problems in a data set, missing values. So how do we fix this? Later we will do it together, don't worry. So let's look at the second common problem, outliers. Values that are extremely high or extremely low or impossible. Like for example, a negative is impossible, right? It's an outlier. Actually, just now, I put a 999 over here. I accidentally deleted already. Actually, there's a 999 over here. So this is also an outlier if you see something like this, right? Because plastic bag is impossible to have how many kilogram here? 999 kilogram, because this one is grams, right? These grams. Yeah, this is about 1 ton, right? 1000 kilogram. So this is an outlier. Okay. The third common problem is that inconsistent labels. These inconsistent labels will create duplicate categories. So what does this mean? Let me just show you the chart. If I straight away build it without cleaning the data, because the labels here means material lah. You can see plastic, right? Let me just do some data. Let me create a filter and let me just sort it. Let me look for plastic. Okay, plastic. Plastic, right? So you can see small letter, big letter, and then there's a typo here. Imagine if we don't go and clean this and we straight away build our graph. For example, I'm going to build the graph using the weight and the material. Okay, so how to build the graph? Don't worry about this now. I just want to show you what will happen if we skip the cleaning part. If we don't clean our data, what would happen? Don't worry about this. You don't need to do. I just wanted to show you only. Okay, from here, right, you can see there's one long bar here, very high, very tall. It's about like 9,000. It's not 909, 99996 figure, right? Is over here. Because of this outlier, okay, let me drag a bit. Because of this outlier, it makes your graph unreadable. You cannot read the graph. So what happened if I delete this 9999, right? I delete this and suddenly you can see the numbers. Is it too small? Let me like make the graph bigger a bit. Okay, cool. Now it's bigger. Okay, imagine I delete this 99999, then you will see that now you are able to see other data, because just now the 900,000 something, right? The value is too high, is like too high until you cannot see the small value. But now if you look at here, right, we have the second issue. Let me just make the graph a bit longer. You will notice that you can see food waste. Of course, we can do some aggregation. Edit chart. Let me aggregate the data. Aggregate first. Okay. Okay. Even if I aggregate the data, we will still see different labels like food waste and food waste. Although they look alike, right? I believe something is wrong. Like, let's go to the food waste and you check, right? Let me zoom in a bit. This food waste is normal. It's normal. Oh, small letter here. This is small letter. This is big letter, right? They are not consistent. The labels are not consistent. That's why in your graph, right, you have two labels. That's why very important for us to clean our data, so that the bar, right, actually we don't want the bar to split into two for food waste, because they are belongs to the same category. That's why it's very important to clean the data. I mean, later I'll show you how to do it. And of course, you look at the glass and glass, they should be combined. And then the metal and metal as well. And then this is a typo here, METEL. It's a typo. And then we have pepper, small letter, and then the first letter is the big letter, and then all capital letter, all small letter, typo, right? One category suddenly become 4 bar, right? This is not what we want, right? So before we build our chart, remember we always start with cleaning the data. So this is why we need to clean our data. So yeah, this is just showing you why the cleaning is important. Okay, cool. Yeah, different levels. If you look at here, different spelling, extra spaces can create multiple labels. So you must be careful about it. Right, next. Okay, now this we are going to learn how can we clean the data. First of all, just now we know that there are 3 situations, right? Or 3 common problems, like missing values, outliers, and inconsistent labels. 3 common problems. So we will try to fix the problems one by one. First, we will start with missing values. There are 3 suggested solutions. First of all, the easiest one, you can straight away delete the row. Like for example, this row has a missing value, right? This one has a missing value. You can straight away, you can select this row, click the 17, right click, and then you can delete. This is the easiest way. Select and delete. This is the easiest way, right? You just delete. Again, the second method or second solution is that you can fill with average value for numbers only lah. For example, for this item found, it's qualitative, it's name. You cannot average, right? Yeah, matter. How do you average? Maybe you can just put unknown, right? But for numbers, for the weight, the second suggestion method is you can fill with average. So how do you find average? You can go to method, and then you can sum up and then divide. I believe you have learned it in your mathematics, or if you haven't, first of all, you have to clean this data. For numbers, right, quantitative data, you must make sure all of the data are in numbers, so that you can do some calculations. For example, this 14, let's change it to number first, 14, right? Okay, if you highlight all the metadata, and then you go to your right bottom corner here, you can actually find the sum, the average, the minimum, the max, the count, blah, blah, blah. of course, what do you need? You need the average. So actually, you know that the average is 18, around 18. So you can simply put 18. This is another way if you want to fill in the data. Okay. All right. Average. Then the third method is fill with the most common value. Oh, this one is for the labels, not for the numbers, right? It's for the labels. Like for example, okay, this one we don't put unknown. Let's highlight the metal items first. I mean the material. From here we know that the most common item found is soda can. So what we can do is that we can simply just put soda can, right? It's the most common value for labels, right? And then this one, trash. You can also put it as trash, right? And then this one, don't forget, is 18. So we already found the average value is 18. So you can either use calculator, plus, divide by 7, because there are 7 data here. Or the easiest way is you highlight. Highlight, again, let me demo. Starting from this 14, you highlight, right? You highlight the numbers only. And then at the right bottom corner here, you click on the options here, the feature here, then you can get the average 18. I will just put whole number 18. I will ignore the decimal numbers. 18. Okay, so this is how we fix the missing values. Okay, let's see if there are any other missing values like food waste. Okay, again, for labels, what do? We put the most common values, right? So from here I see fresh. Okay, let's just put fresh, but it's a bit unlogic here because eggshell. A bit not logic here. So what should we do? I think we can copy this one. Okay, for qualitative data, sometimes you need to have you need to use your logical thinking as well, not just copy and paste, right? So from here, I notice that eggshell, it shouldn't be fresh, right? It should be something else than not. Okay, I just simply put should not be in recycling. What else? Let's find other empty. Let me just uncolored it, and then this one is plastic. Let me just highlight plastic, just easy for you guys to see. Okay, there's an empty data here. Plastic straw. Okay, what should we put? Let's see if we have any other plastic straw. There's nothing here. Okay, I'll just put NA. You can put other, actually, if you want, right, you can put, because there are only 2 plastic straw here, 1 and 1. So you can either, right, delete it, or you can just put any other description. For me, I don't want to make guesses, so I just put NA first, and then I'll see how later, right? Then next, I have this plastic 20. And I don't know what it is. I'll just put NA also here. And then what else? Plastic, unknown item cannot be identified. This one, I'll just simply delete it. Yeah, let's just simply delete it, right? The first method, delete the row, right? Because I don't know what it is. It could not be, maybe the data won't be helpful in my analysis later. So let's just delete it, right? Doesn't matter. And then now, right, we have plastic bag. Okay. Now I have another empty data here. It belongs to plastic bag. So let's just highlight plastic bag, plastic bag, plastic bag. What else? Plastic bag. There are easiest way, but let me just teach you the not a good way first. Later I'll show you a better way. Right, now you see 786, right? You highlight 786, and then again you come to this, and then you will able to find the average value 7. Okay, another way to sort it is you do like this. You highlight all the plastic, you highlight, and now actually we want to sort column B only, right? Column B, right? Because I want to find out the average. Because now the problem is I want to find the average value, the weight for this plastic bag. If I want to calculate average value, I need to know how many plastic bag are there, and then what is the weight so that I can sum them up. I can average them. So in order to do that, let me just highlight all the plastic, right? After that, you go to data, and then you choose sort the range, right? And then you use advanced range sorting options here. You click, and then right, the plastic bag value is appear in column B. So actually you want to sort column B. So you click B, then you sort it out. Sort. Boom. There you are. You will see that the plastic bag will like sorted like magic like that. Right? Then after that, you will be very easy. You can just highlight the numbers from 7 to 6, highlight it, like what I did, highlight. And then again, use the method, use the feature at the bottom here, then you'll see 7. Okay, so you just put 7. Okay, fill in the missing value. Okay, so I think the missing values are done. Yeah. Missing values are done. Okay, we have fixed the first problem. Now let's look at the second problem, outliers. Outliers, again, if you remember, right, is a value that shouldn't be there. So for example, just now I have 9999, right? I have removed it, and oh, that one is the plastic bag. I already removed it and I replace it with 7. Okay, that one solved. Yeah, and then for outliers, sometimes we also need some logical thinking. We cannot just simply you know, remove the values, right? We need to think whether is it an error or is it a real extreme event, right? For example, -10. Is it possible? Is it real? Of course, this is not possible, right? Plastic bottle, normally, right, logically, it should have number, right? From here, what I can notice is that plastic, I can see plastic bottle and this water bottle. Right, they are actually look like to me like they are same lah. They should be same. So what should I do is that maybe I will just find average value for this is 48, and then I mean the total is 48, the average value is 16. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this -10 to, not sure if you can see, let me zoom in a bit, -10 to 16. It's same to this. It's also impossible to get 0, right? For a water bottle, right? Same. For water bottle, I have 3 values. So I just, highlight them and get the average value. Then I can use it for other water bottle. Okay, 16, 16. What the others outliers that we can find? For outliers, right? It's normally for numbers. It's normally for numbers. Maybe let me just I don't know, let me sort the material first. Let me sort the material and see what could be the outliers. For the glass, it looks like normal, quite quite heavy. For the metal, it looks about the same, but the tin can is 45, but I think it's normal lah, right? Okay, I think it's logic, so we don't need to do anything about it. And then we have cardboard, juice box, tissue, news. This looks normal to me. And then plastic. I think everything is okay now. The outliers have been addressed, right? Okay, cool. Next, we are going to fix the third problem. Problem number 3. which is the inconsistent labels. Not sure if you can follow me. I'm going to pause a while here, right? Let you do some practice on the missing values, give you some time to fix the missing values, give you some time to fix the outliers before I continue with the inconsistent labels. Maybe I'll wait for 1 minute here. Okay, if you are doing, let me just recap a bit. Missing values means that empty cell, there's nothing inside. For number, what you do? You find for the average value, right? This is one of the method. And then for labels, for the description, what do? You can fill in with the most common value. Okay, this is for the missing values part lah. But if you think like you are lazy to fill in the mixing values or the empty shells, what you can do is that the easiest way is to delete them lah. But with one condition, if your data is big enough. Because if your data is big enough, if you delete a few rows, it won't affect much, right? But your data only have 10 or 20, but you delete 5 rows. Of course, it will affect your data lah, presentation. But if you have big data like 50, I don't know, 60, 100, or very big, maybe delete 5 rows, 10 rows won't affect much lah. Okay. I was just checking the YouTube live comments, see if got any questions. Seems like not much. I couldn't find anything yet. So let's just proceed first with the inconsistent level. This one is actually not difficult. This one is actually quite easy. The labels is this one, for example, material and then the item found. This one, right, I won't bother because later I won't use this data, column B, but column C might be important. So I'm going to fix the inconsistent labels for column C first, right? Column C. So of course, right, when you first copy the data, the data is like randomly distributed among themselves, right? So what you're going to do is that you need to sort them first. Easy for you to fix the labels later. So you can sort A to Z or Z to A, depends, up to you. So I'm going to sort A to Z, and then here, just now we already know that when I built that chart, right, I already know that there's a small letter here that I need to fix. I can just simply, you know, change it to big letter, right? Same to class is actually very simple also. You can actually copy. I hope you guys know how to use the shortcut key to copy. Is actually Control C for Windows. If I'm not mistaken, I'm not familiar with MacBook, but if I'm not mistaken, MacBook is Command C. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yes, let's copy this class, copy, and then we click on this big letter class here. We are going to paste it over here, class. But of course, there's actually another suggestion when you want to standardize the labels, right? It's easier if you use lowercase lah, because you won't make mistake later. Okay, how about if we just practice that way? Let's just make all small letter. food waste. After you're done, you copy, Control C, and then you highlight the cells that you want to replace. Highlight. You click on it, then you drag. This is what I mean by highlight. You highlight, and then you Control V, means you paste the data line. Control V, you paste it. Okay, cool. Same to class, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to type a small letter class. After that, I'm going to copy and then again highlight and then paste it. Glass. Okay, food waste, class done. Okay, metal, same. I will type small letter first, and then I'll just use color so that you can see it, metal, and then highlight, and then I'll paste it. Metal. Right, settle. And then this one paper, I'll use different colors so that you can see it. Same, all small letter first. Control C to copy and then highlight until where? Here, paste it. Okay. And then plastic, same. It's already small letter. Another color, plastic, and then until the end. Until the end. Okay, maybe here I'll give you 1 minute to do it, to clean the data, because if you miss this step, later we cannot draw our chart letter, so you have to do this step so that we can build our chart letter. Again, I give you 1 minute here to do this cleaning to standardize the labels. Okay, hope you guys are ready. Actually, I didn't do the timing. I'm not sure 1 minute passed already or not. But I hope you guys are ready. Okay, what's the next thing that we do after we clean the data? We can now visualize the data, the clean data. Okay, first of all, you can highlight blah, blah, blah. What else? Click insert and chart. So basically, before you want to build your chart, right, you need to highlight the data that you want to display. How to highlight? Again, you have 5 columns, 1A, B, C, D, E, right? But if you think logically, right, what you want to do is that, for me, what I want to do is that I want to know, actually, do we mention what is the problem? Wait, let me go back to this. Okay. There's no problem stated. We just want to clean and visualize the data and see if you can get any insight. There's no specific problem here, but this is just the data we want to play around and see if you can find any insight. Okay, cool. So now, right, what we are going to do is that I want to build the chart. I want to display food waste, the weight of each material, class how many grams, metal how many grams, and so on. So the data that I need to use is actually C and D only. So you can just you can actually just highlight C and D. It will be easier that way. But of course, if you want to highlight everything, right, also can. For example, let me just highlight A, everything, A to E. You can choose A to E. You can do that. Okay, A to E. After that, if you look at the slide, they ask you to go to insert and then select chart, right? Okay, go to insert over here on the top, insert. Okay, and then if you scroll down, yeah, you will be able to find a chart here. Plum, click on it. And then, yeah, you will see a messy graph, right? Because they don't know actually what data you want to display because you highlight everything. So for this one, right, actually I can remove. I don't want to show the day. I don't. It's not important to me. Item file. Actually, the weight lah. I want to know the weight, and then the I want to know the material against the x-axis. The first one is the x-axis. The x-axis I want to put material, and then the weight. Of course, if you never aggregate, right? Aggregate means that you sum up all the weights lah. You will see multiple data. If you click aggregate, they will sum up for you. It will become like this. Okay. Let me make it small. Okay. Can you see? Maybe I move to the right. So from here you can see there's a bar chart of weight against material. Am I right? After that, you don't have actually you don't have title, you don't have legends. Do you have legends? I mean labels for the weight here, you cannot clearly see, right? Actually, you can play around the setting here, edit chart, you can add title. For example, you go to customize. You can even change the color of the chart. Why we are learning this? Because in the competition letter, you need to build your own chart with your own data letter to build your storyboard. In your storyboard, you need to use the chart to explain what problem do you find, and then what solution do you choose to solve the problem. So this is why I'm showing you how to build a chart lah. Of course, here you actually can change the different chart. Like now I'm using bar graph, right? You can change line chart, for example. What else? The pie chart, for example. But now I believe that the bar chart here is more reasonable. Oh, you can even like use the ascending order bar chart like this. From here you can easily to see that the most recycled materials that the school received is plastic, and then somehow we have 5 food waste here, right? And then this one is actually counting already. It's not the weight anymore, it's count. Okay, I want to change it back to the weight just for demonstration. Column. Is it column? Yeah, column. Why it never change? Okay, it's missing the weight. Okay, wait a minute. So sometimes when you change the chart, right, the data range will be deleted as well. So what you are going to do is that, you see, they just choose the range C only. C means this one lah. Yeah, they never because since I play around with the chart type, it deleted my range. I mean the D, range D. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to choose C and D lah, like this. You can change the range C and D. Then you click OK. Then it will update the data range. The data range. Okay, once you choose the data range, I think the weight will appear here. Okay, then I can change it to weight. Wait a minute. It's not count. I don't. And then the series here, right? You can change what type of data you want to show. Is it count, max, or blah blah? So I'm going to choose sum. Okay, because we have different food waste, like 50 gram, 45 gram, 40, 18. Count means it count one by one. Okay, 1 food waste, 2 food waste, 3 food waste, something like that. I don't want to count. I just want to simply show the sum. But of course, later it depends on your data type or display, depends on your presentation, what you want to choose. Here, I'm just choose sum. Then I can get back my the weight of my different material. Okay, it's just for demo purpose. No specific purpose of showing this. I mean, I just want to play around. And then chart title, again, just now I said that we can customize here. Actually, just now when I change the chart type, it automatically changed the title, but this is no more count of material, right? It's actually material. You can change material weight, receive, something like that. And then you can change the font type, right? Blah, blah, blah. align center. Okay, this one I'll let you guys to play around. And then the chart type, series, what else? Legend. Okay. Okay, same. This one you can also play around, like you put on top the way legends of weight, or you put on put at the bottom. Okay, put at the you can also choose auto. It will auto choose for you. If you choose auto, currently where is it? I cannot see it. If you think the legend is important because that one is for the y-axis, you can display it out lah. But for now, I just hide it. Okay, what's next? All right, pie chart. I think just now I already tried that, right? If you want to change, you go to edit, and then you can customize, and then chart. Not here. Here, setup chart type. Then you can change pie chart. Depends on what data you have. Here it says that which one tells the story better. The pie charts are actually great for percentages. If you want to compare percentage, actually we can do that for this. Right, let's do this percentage. So from here we can see that, yeah, the plastic, the red color and then the green color has the highest percentage, which is paper and glass. Right, paper and glass. Cool. Right, before there's something else that I want to do. Because now the data set is like this, right? We get we couldn't know much from the data set if we just build the chart based on C and D. Now I want to use the data from E as well. But from data E, right, because the labels are actually not consistent, it's very hard for me to do the counting, right? If I just highlight and then I build a chart, I will have issue. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to add another two features here, F and G. I'm going to label it as good or bad, something like that. I need to put it inside my data filter, good or bad. Okay, for example, if this food waste is should not be in recycling, right? I'll put one as bad. Okay, I'm building a new feature, and then all this, right, food waste actually should not be in the recycling bin. So I actually put 111. So we will have 5 bad right now. Okay, next, let's check on the glass bottle. Okay, is this considered good or bad? Well, then you have to decide lah. It should be good, right? Broken. If a broken glass is found in the recycle bin, is it considered good or bad? I'll just put good first, right? Crack, intact, broken. All right, I'll just simply put good first. Crash. But for sticky, for sure, I'll put it as bad because I think that the students, if they want to clear, if they want to throw the soda can to the recycle bin, right? I think they should like clean it a bit. I don't know. I just put bad, and then crash. Rusty considered good or bad? I don't think it affect much, right? I just put good. Of course, you have your own justification and your own opinion. You can categorize them by yourself, right? Now I'm just simply put them as good or bad. But for tissue paper, wet, is it good or bad? I'll just put bad. And then what else? Cardboard flatten, good. Juicy box, good. Tissue use, good. Newspaper, good. Oh, good. A torn newspaper doesn't affect much, I think. Good. Oily, a food container that is oily. I think this is bad, so I just put one. And then food wrapper, dirty, bad also. I think they should clean it first. Unwashed plastic, I think this is dirty also. They have to clean it first. And then plastic bag, weight plastic bag. What do you think? Is it good or bad? Let me just put bad first. Impossible value. Oh, this one we already fix it, right? So let's just put and then with no info, I've just put good. Plastic cup sticky, dirty, and I don't know. I just put good, good, empty, empty. Smells bad. What smells bad? The yogurt cup. Okay, that means they never clean. And then dirty. Okay. Then based on this, right? I just simply want to know how many good and bad. How many good and bad. So I'm going to choose CFG lah, right? Chart. Okay, again, I can get, and then from here, and then we can tell, from here, let me go to this graph. From here, we can know that the good materials for food waste, of course, we don't need to look at the food waste anymore. From here, I can conclude, or the insights that I can get is that the two highest bad materials that I receive or the school receive is the food waste and then the plastic. So from here, the action or the suggestion that I can give to the school is that maybe we need to educate the student, no more throw the food waste in the recycling bin. Maybe put a signboard or anything, I don't know. Or if we want to relate to the AI, maybe we can build a machine learning model to recognize the waste, right? If it's a food waste, then of course we send an alarm sound or warning sound, alert sound, something like that. Of course, if you go to the plastic, right, maybe something we can do is that we need to educate the students to make sure they clean the plastics, make sure it's clean, is not contaminated like by oil, by food. I don't know what they contain previously, right? Before they throw into the recycling bin. What we want to do is that we want to educate them to clean first before they throw to the recycling bin. This is first manual solution. We educate the students, or if we relate to the AI data lab challenge competition, what we can do is that maybe we can build a machine learning model as well to recognize what kind of materials are they throwing. If plastic is recognized or identified, right? If identified as a plastic, maybe we give a warning to the students. Like for example, please clean your plastic, something like that. You can have a warning sound or warning notes to the students. So from here, we can, I hope that you can see you are getting insight from the data, and then we can take action based on the data, right? From here, metal and paper seems like not much issues. So maybe you can just, focus on the main issue first, like the plastic. You see, there are 13 bad plastic, right? Okay, cool. And then also, please take note, is not only on the original raw data. Sometimes you have to build new features like good material, bad material, good item, bad item, something like that. Okay, cool. That's all for the visualizing. Now, okay, for the competition, students are required to build a storyboard, right, and a dashboard. So how to do that? Right? My suggestion here is to to the students and to the students or the participants is that you can actually use the Google slide lah. For example, let me just add a new slide here. And then if you come back to your spreadsheet over here, you can actually copy this data, because in your storyboard or your dashboard, what you need to show is the chart that you built, the graph or the chart that you built. For example, I want to build a dashboard of this finding, right? This finding. I want to show this chart in my dashboard. How do? I can simply just copy it. Control C lah, Control C. I prefer to use Control C, copy it, or Command C. After that, this one I just delete it. Okay, after that, right, at the Google slide here, what you need to do is that you just paste it. Yeah, press it. Okay, one more time, copy, paste. And then they will give you an option whether you want to link to the spreadsheet or you want to paste unlinked data. Normally, I will suggest you to link to the spreadsheet because, let me just link first. Okay, here. Actually here, right, you can change the background color and everything. If you think that the, you know, at the star here, if you think the background color is not nice, for example, you want to use, oh, this one ugly, sorry, black color, oh, is not readable. Yeah, I just want to show you that you can use different colors. How about this? This one is good. All right, cool. But after you copy and paste it, right, you will see that, oh, the chart is actually not automated, updated based on the changes you made on the Google spreadsheet, right? You see the background color is still the same. It's not the color that we updated in the spreadsheet. What you need to do is that you can simply click this update button. Because it's a linked spreadsheet, once you make any changes to here, you can simply click update to update it. You see, it will automatically update after you click the button. You have to click the button to update. Okay, cool. Then you have the bar, the graph already. I mean the chart already. Then in your, of course, in your storyboard, you must have some, I don't know, title. So here you can build your title and then explanation of the problem statement. Then here you can do your problem statement. I believe all the students should be very pro in building slides, right? Because especially secondary school students lah. Okay, something like that, your problem statement and then your solution. You are required to build one page storyboard or dashboard, one page only. So you need to fill in all the details here. Later, I will recap again about the competition requirement. I mean the submission requirements. Don't worry. Here, I just want to show you that you can link the graph that you built inside Google Slide. Of course, if you want to use Canva, right, you also can do that. You can try that, like copy this and then paste it to your Canva. I'm not sure whether it works or not. I never tried that before. Or another silly method is that we can, you know, screenshot this. We can screenshot this and then as an image, then we paste it in the Canva if you prefer to use Canva. But to me, myself, I prefer to use Google Slide. It's more convenient to me. Right, cool. Next, this is about building a storyboard or dashboard, right? Next, okay, extracting the insight. Actually, I've done that just now because based on the insight here, I made a, it's not assumption because based on the data, the two highest bad material that received is plastic and food waste. So this is my data. But based on the insight, right, you can actually, because in your storyboard or your dashboard, you need to formulate your problem statement, something like this. Right. So my insight is that the two highest bad material received are the plastic and food waste. Am I right? So how many percent? So you have to go and calculate it. Yeah. Oh, let's build. Yeah, I think this one you have to calculate it, right? And then formulate the problem statement. I believe you know how to calculate the percentage, right? You can, you know, from here, you know that the total materials are 50. So if you can see, it counts 50. 13 bad plastic, and then 5 food waste. From here, you can actually see the numbers. Let me zoom in a bit so that you can see. Food waste bed is 5, right? And then this one, 13 plastic. So the total bad material received are 18. So based on 18 divided by to submit, 18 divided by 50, what is the percentage? It's actually 36%, right? 36%. So your insight will be 36% of the materials in the recycle bin are are bad, right? Are bad. So your problem statement is that, so this is the formula. Let me go to the presentation mode again, so then you can see that more clearly. Okay, so so in your storyboard or your dashboard, you need to write the problem statement. I provide a formula here. So you have to, first, you need to have target audience. Who is facing the problem? And as proven by the data inside. So this some formula that I give you guys to make you guys easier to draft or craft your problem statement. For example, here, the school is facing a recycling contamination issue as proven by quantitative data showing it's not 70, it's 36% of bins are filled with bad materials. Then you can bracket, for example, oily, dirty, right? So based on this, right, the bad material, we can you know, sort them, and then we can text a few as example. Food waste, like sticky, oily, something like that as an example. Okay, the school is, let me repeat, the school is facing a recycling contamination issue as proven by blah, blah, blah. 36% of the bins are filled with bad materials, bad items, something like that. Okay. So this is about the problem statement. Okay, now let's connecting our workshop today to the competition, which is the AI Data Lab Challenge competition. So I Dr. Pang just now already shared about this. Let me just recap. So first of all, you need to collect the data. If you look at the competition flow, you need to collect the data. In the previous slide, I mentioned that you can either do survey, you can do manual counting, or you can download data from the trustable website, like government website, etc. And then sourcing, yes, you need to indicate where do you get the data, the source of your data. After that, you need to analyze your data, just like what we did. Of course, before you do this, remember to check on your data, make sure they are clean. Before you start to analyze, make sure the data is clean. After that, build your dashboard. Dashboard here means that you build with charts, suitable charts like bar charts, line charts. Let me just simply change to line charts. What would happen? Okay, this one looks weird. This one looks weird, not suitable for my case. Okay, you just simply find a chart that's suitable for you. Of course, this line graph is very hard to read, right? For comparison purposes, I think this bar chart is more suitable, right? You need to find the suitable chart for your case, right? Then dashboard creation, and then get insight from the charts, and then identify the problem, right? The formula is given already. You can write the problem statement like that, or you want to write it in different way, also no issue, as long as we can understand what is the problem that the person is facing, or the community or the organization is facing. After that, after you identify the problem, you need to propose a solution. Not only propose, you need to build, actually you need to build, not propose. You need to build a machine learning model solution. If you're not sure how to do this, you need to revisit workshop 2. The recording is available in the AI Ready ASEAN Telegram group. Okay, next, you need to record a video about your here. Actually, if you look at the bottom right, first you need to prepare. Let me get some laser here. Okay. Oops. Okay. First, you need to prepare one-page storyboard. In the storyboard, what do you have? You need to have your problem statement. You need to have your AI solution. Okay. Don't forget about the size. Okay. In the Google slide, you can actually change the size. Let me show you how later. Then you need to show your charts, your graph, right? And then your data source link. Where do you get the data? Okay, this is about one-page storyboard. Next, you need to record a video, pitching video, demo video, okay, what should be included in your video? First, pitching lah. You need to pitch how your project works. Means that how your machine learning model works, and then who it helps the problem. Of course, you must start with your problem first lah, before you demo your solution. And then the proof, okay, we need to see your machine learning training data. We want to make sure that you are using your own machine learning model. And then the code that you use, it could be any platform. But in our last workshop, we introduced blocks because it's quite user-friendly. And then next, you need to demo lah. Demo how's your AI work. No videos, cards, or editing, right? We want to see a live pitching from your end for this testing. I mean the demonstration. Okay, cool. That's all for the competition flow. So these are the dates and everything. I think Dr. Pang already covered just now, right? So we have 3 categories, and then the deadline is 9th of August, I believe, 9th of August. Okay, cool. Okay, here I have some ideas for you if you are not sure what to build. If you are not sure what to build. Okay, first one. Okay, if the chart shows the paper waste is the highest in the classrooms, for example, okay, what should you do? I mean, the solution part. Maybe you can do an image classifier to track whether the student is throwing a blank paper or a recyclable paper, right? A waste paper, right? If they are throwing blank paper, then you triggers warning sound. So this example that you can do. Then second idea is about well-being. Imagine a student survey. So for this one, maybe you can conduct survey with your classmates, right? You do a survey and then you find out that 80% of the students, right, are actually experiencing the neck or back pain issue when studying on their laptops for more than an hour. So maybe you get this insight from your survey. So what do you need to do? I mean, what solution you could do? Maybe you can do a smart study buddy, like using the post classifier. It's actually available in blocks using laptop webcam. So if the AI detects that the student is not using a good posture, then it will warn the student. This is something that you can do. Okay, so these are 2 examples. I've left you 5 seconds to read it. Okay. Actually, you can get more ideas if you go and Google and search. Of course, now AI is very popular. Now you can chat with the AI and see what you can apply the machine learning and then the data science techniques that you learned today. Okay, so a few questions that can keep you that can help you brainstorming your project is, what theme or problem are you passionate about? Okay, my suggestion is that you must love your problem so that you can build something that is really you passion. So that you can build something that you really like it, that you can really make impact of, right? Next, where will you find the data? So you must start thinking now lah. Where you can find the data. Will you survey your classmates? Do you look online? Next, the third question is, which AI model you want to use for your solution? Okay, so if you're not sure what am I talking about the AI model, you may need to revisit workshop 2 video, and it's available in the Telegram group. Okay, so these 3 questions can help you to brainstorm your project. Yeah, some questions that I hope that it might be helpful for you. Next Q&A, we almost there. I mean, we almost end our session. The common troubleshooting or question that you will face is that you don't know where to find the data, right? Yeah, again, you can simply create Google Form, right? If you're not sure how to create Google Form, you can go and YouTube it. What can a Google Form do? You can use Google Form to gather data, right? Or you can download from the trustable website like I shared just now from the government website. Next, And then when you start to build a project and you start finding you found that your chart is look like broken or weird, then probably you need to clean your data. Maybe you already forget to clean your data, right? Remember, there are three common problems that we might face in our data set: missing values, outliers, and then inconsistent levels. If you find out that your charts look weird or broken, then you need to start to think about data cleaning, lah, right? And then that is all for today. So this is a QR code for Chempaka Workshop Completion Certificate. I want to remind everybody, I think this is different from the program certificate from the organizer. This Chempaka Workshop Completion Certificate just certified that you have gone through this workshop, you have gained the skills from the workshop. It's not for PAJSK purpose, in short. Yeah. In short, this is not for PAJSK score. Yeah. Okay, I'll give you 5 seconds, 10 seconds here to take a screenshot or anything. But don't worry if you miss out this QR code. I believe the recording will be shared in the Telegram group as well. So don't forget to join the Telegram group. Okay, 10 more seconds. Okay, cool. Next slide. That is all for today. Thank you everyone for joining the workshop today. If you have any questions, feel free to, any questions about any technical issues like machine learning or anything, feel free to contact me through the email and the phone numbers that are there. All right, can't wait to see your projects. So now I would like to pass it back to Dr. Pang.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Lee. Yeah, I hope everyone learn how to process your data and come up a very insightful platform and dashboard, okay, and submit your project before the due date. Yeah, so you can visit the link tree to get the previous workshop YouTube live, okay, or the registration form and everything regarding this AI Ready ASEAN. So we hope that you enjoy this workshop and we will announce the winners together with the AI comic craft winners because we are planning for the national level for both competition in September. So looking forward for your project. Okay, so if you have any question, okay, please contact me, Teacher Pang. Okay, so we are always there for you. Okay, so that's all for today. Please don't forget to fill in the borang kehadiran. So we already posted it in the chat box. And for the students from KTI Tun Fatima, so there is another registration form for you. So see you again. Okay, thank you SSTP Malacca for helping in this YouTube live. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.